All right. Why don't we go around the room and identify ourselves? Sydney.
That's me.
Yeah. Who are you, Sydney?
I know what I read college. My name is Sidney Geltmans. I've been retired about 8 to 10 years.
There's not many of us over the best.
I'm a widow right now, and I intend to stay that way. I have 6 daughters, 6 sons-in-law, 12 grandchildren, 6 girls and 6 boys, 4 great-grandchildren.
So when you were in practice, what was the nature of your practice?
I have 2 versions. One of them is pretty general, and the other is criminal law because everything I did was a crime.
No, thank you.
So, Joe.
My name is Dr. Steve Jones. I've been practicing for 63 years. As a single practitioner, I started day one as a practitioner, and I continue as a single practitioner. My practice is essentially personal injuries, automobile accidents, and so on.
Oh, Steve, you made it. Great.
Where'd you grow up? I asked you where you grew up.
Where I grew up, I was born in New Britain, Connecticut, and I grew up in New Haven, over at Fairhaven.
Just a camera.
You went to the New Haven Public Schools? Did you go to the parochial school?
I went first 4 years in public school, Bedford Hill, next door to where I live. And my mother lives out there, and I had to go to St. Stan's, which is 2 miles away from where I live. And I couldn't afford the nickel for a trolley car, so I walked back and forth. So I walked 4 miles a day every day. 4 years from 4th grade to 8th grade in St. Stan's, over on State Street.
And he's still walking.
Still walking.
No, I used to walk from Westfield 3 miles in and 3 miles home. Last year I had pneumonia, and I had to give it up.
And by the way, he doesn't have a driving license. And he
Never drove a car in my life.
Never drove a car in his life.
Your wife drives.
Yes, that's why I married her. And she's no Yankee from Cape Cod.
That's where you can get into those fancy hotels in Boston using her name.
And we have 2 children, 3 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. My daughter was married to a Muslim. My son is married to a Jewish girl. A nice Jewish girl.
Nice.
Yes.
Isn't that redundant?
I beg your pardon?
Isn't that redundant?
Yes.
It's actually 2 words, Sidney.
It's still redundant.
Okay, what else you want to know?
I want to know, I want to hear from Ira.
Okay.
Look at that.
Ira Rutger, 83 this summer. Born in but lived in Kansas City. During the Second World War, mother. Got me screwed up because don't wrap me up, Steve.
Even Willie Nelson can attest to that.
birthday. So, 3 days later, federal Sunday, love the guitar, not with his place. Guitar. Happy birthday. I say Willie.
Then you got jammed up and he was walking and
His manager, Mark Rothman, who also managed Will and Jenny. Big mistake. Yeah, missed that. Pick it up. Will and some cocaine.
that was good. It seemed like a good
The
idea.
dog smelled it and they opened it. And so they delivered it to Nashville. And the secretary picked it up. And they followed her to the office. I don't know if you ever heard much oil and stuff, but there's a song about this. Feds from New York. He busted in and stuff was gone. So Mark wouldn't roll over on him. And then he wanted blood from him. They let Mark's case get transferred. Ended up in 6 months. He did that, but they still talk to him.
So I when retired, you're still practicing?
I closed my office a year ago, right after Christmas, in 2014. Never intended to retire, but I worked forever.
I think,
Like, yeah, combination of sold our building.
Freddie's a year old.
of the three of us,
The three of us.
of the three old timers,
I just, you know, I mean,
Where you have practice?
Yeah.
Huge practice.
I joined the firm with Jacobs. My grandfather, his father, practiced there.
Oh, yes.
Late 60s. Not more. Tom went on the bench. Somewhere along that line, closed down in 2011. They claim that mostly now. Bad mistake.
Nice, no
You gotta be careful when you're filming it.
John Thomas, pleasure, right?
Gentlemen.
Nope. I got a quarter up there on audio.
Through this tape.
We're gonna get, now that you mentioned that, before Steve and Freddie introduce themselves, probably a good idea to identify some of those people who have graced this table.
And some of the funny things that happen. Joe and I,
No, do not tell any of the funny things that happen.
they're clean.
But said, what happens at the table stays here.
No.
No?
Joe and I go back at least 6 restaurants before this restaurant.
Where, well, hold on, hold that thought for a second. Let's get Steve and Sydney and Freddie in the picture.
The kids
first,
can
and
talk.
then
The kids can talk.
we'll get to this.
You're gonna sit over here?
So, my name
Or
is,
sit over
Yeah.
there?
No, it's not, it's closer.
my name is Frederick Leaf, and I'm an attorney. I've been an attorney for 42 years. I am a sole practitioner.
Thank you.
I have a wonderful wife, Kimmy, who I met when I was in the military in the JAG Corps in Korea, and we've been married for 42 years as well. After Korea, I went to Germany, and we were there for 3.5 years. Our daughter was born in Germany. I came back to the United States in 1976 and took a job with the firm of Geltmans and Bertram in Milford, Connecticut. And I practiced with them for 4 years, from 1976 to 1980. I then, from 1980 to 83, I was partnered with a fellow by the name of James Altham, who has the distinction of trying to run against Bob Jimo for his seat in Congress, unsuccessfully. We separated in 1983. I came downtown, and I've been on my own since. We have a son, Thomas, who was born in the United States, and he is an attorney in the public defender's office in Danbury. And he wants to do licensed criminal law only. Since I came downtown, I bought the law library of a guy named Joe Clark, who was a judge at the time, and shared space with a guy named Jack O'Donnell and his uncle, Twink O'Donnell. And we shared space for a while, and then I totally went on my own, and I've been really on my own since. I look at this table as being my law firm as a sole practitioner. I went to a very small college in upstate New York called Niagara University, and I'm proud to say that in ROTC I was Calvin Murphy's company commander. If you know who Calvin Murphy was or is.
Why don't you,
And then I went to Boston College Law School.
well, just remind us, that's an important big factor, who Calvin Murphy is.
Calvin Murphy was a very, very capable basketball player. He was 5 feet 8 inches tall and averaged around 60 points a game when he played at Niagara. And I got to see a lot of good college basketball when I was at Niagara. I saw Jimmy Boeheim and Dave Bing come through in Syracuse, and he was a great basketball player, a very talented young man. He also was a very, very capable and talented baton twirler. He got that from his mother that twirled his baton at the halftime of the Buffalo Bills games. And that was who Calvin Murphy was. He went on to a very successful professional career and is in the, I believe, is in the Basketball Hall of Fame. So, good kid, good guy, very, very good basketball player, and that's my connection to Calvin Murphy. I then go on to Boston College Law School, and then went into the Army, the Judge Advocate General Corps, and then came back to Connecticut.
By the way, 5 kids, people who really know these ranches, 4 boys and girls, even space of 5.5 years. The wife is that. Fifth one is expected. Fifth boy. Started mom with the surgery. 12 years ago. Stop that.
Your son David practices.
Yes.
I should also mention that I'm a grandfather as well.
I read Niagara to not lawyer.
What I didn't tell you in my background is that I was a sergeant in the Marine Corps in WW2 overseas for 33 months in the South Pacific, my commanding officer was George B. Schultz, Secretary of State of the Marine.
I've heard of that.
And I went to college and law school and prep school in the GI Bill. Otherwise, I would be working at a wire mill, Ernest Wire.
I'm good.
Thank you, Joe.
I'm the last veteran of World War II because I was in basic training when the war ended. Anybody that followed me was not in World War II. I forgot to tell you, I have a daughter that's a lawyer, I have a granddaughter that's a lawyer, I have a grandson that's a lawyer, and I have a son-in-law that's a lawyer. And not one of them do I understand.
Now, we know that Ira is 83. He was
Almost.
83. He was kind enough to share that with us. You guys are no spring chickens either.
What?
Yeah, you guys. You
What do you
and
mean?
Joseph.
He's the chicken and we're the spring chicken?
I'm 92.
That's it?
I'm the oldest one.
I'm in my 90th year.
89.
I'll be 90 at the end, towards the end of the year. But you know, really, the most important part of this clique is the people that pass through it from Square. And it basically started post-war with a bunch of young lawyers that inundated the city of New Haven that weren't there prior to the war.
What war are we talking about?
The Revolutionary War.
War.
World War II. The GI Bill. I was with him.
So wait a second, this table, this gathering,
This is
goes back to...
This is a remnant to what started over on, oh yeah, and Church Street. Lindy's, where this bank is on Church Street, there was a restaurant there. And we went there. The guys that were there then was Donald Salato, Judge Salato, was Joe Grandin, who none of you know, but a wonderful man, Bertie Insler, Bobby Vogel,
David Ryder.
Not David, but police name.
Bob Riley.
Bob Ryder.
Bob Riley, but,
Also known as Pepper.
Eddie, I'm trying to remember. What
Charlie Allen, Charlie Hetzel.
No, they were not members. They were not members. I'm just trying to give you the members.
Our group.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Hatton, one of the Hattons.
Hat was here. Never said much.
Which hat?
Young Bill.
No,
The young Bill. Young Bill.
Young Bill. How old was Young Bill today?
Uncle.
88.
Young Bill's 88.
Clarence, you talking about?
Yes, Clarence used to join us.
These guys don't know Clarence.
Huh? We got a reporter.
Eddie from East Haven. What the heck was it? By the way, I grew up in Vermont and I want that published.
You were the only Jew to ever grow up in Vermont. I would venture to guess.
Well, I assume I grew up because I'm here. But I was the only Jewish kid in high school.
Well, I've never known that.
Who was it that his father was a prosecutor in East Haven?
Eddie Reynolds.
Eddie Reynolds was there. And the greatest story is, one time at the table, Donald Salato walks up to Ed Reynolds, has his corporate seal, and takes his tie and puts the seal there, and he wasn't going to press it. We all yelled and screamed to press it, so you hear, crunch! 2 weeks later, Riley comes in with the scissors and gets Donald Salato, puts the scissors here, and we all yelled to it. We were young. We didn't have any business.
That's great. Well, is that what brought you together? That you just had no business?
One of the things, my name is Steve Altman, and I'm actually the youngest one in 68, but I practiced law in West Haven. What happened is that they used to have every day in court a call of the cases at 10 o'clock in the morning. And almost every lawyer in town who had a case in court would be in court because we had to show up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, sometimes Friday. So everybody was in one place. And then that would end about 10:30, quarter to 11. So guys would sit around for a while and bullshit, and then eventually they'd say, why don't we go out for a cup of coffee? And that's how groups like this started. In other words, they were
Were you there?
That's how it did, isn't it?
The question.
No, it's a question.
Basically, it's true.
That's true, it's because of
And by the way, one of the charter members is Judge Keyes' father, Tom Keyes.
who was one of the people that I really missed.
Well,
Jack's father,
He's
Tom
the second
Keyes.
nicest guy I've ever met. And your
Father was the first.
Let the judge speak for himself.
But anyway,
Can we just swing the camera around?
I'm not old enough.
Get a,
Jack's not
You're gonna sit
young.
over here.
I'm not old
Sit
enough.
over here.
I'm not old
don't
enough.
bother buttoning.
I'm still walking, I still can walk and talk.
Don't tuck your shirt in or button your tie. Come on. You wouldn't know what to do with it.
See,
No,
now,
go ahead, you guys go ahead and talk.
but one of the big things
They'll talk
nowadays,
forever.
they
You guys,
don't
I
have-
gotta go to work, I can't spend my rest of life talking.
They don't have in court a day or a time when all the lawyers get together. Because now everything's done by court, by appointment and whatever. But in those days, you had to be in court at 10 o'clock. Nowadays, they don't have that type of thing. So that people you don't get a congregation of enough people to do that type of thing.
In our day, one page only had every lawyer in New Haven, the phone book. One page. Now I think, what, about 2 dozen? I don't know. I took my name off anyway.
So Sydney, so the first, when the table started,
Lindy's, at
it
Lindy's.
began at Lindy's restaurant right over here.
And where the bank's, front of the bank is, there was a restaurant there.
That was at 185 Church Street.
Yes.
In that area, yeah.
Yes, it's 180.
180.
Treasures.
Yes,
The Army, the Navy recruiting was upstairs in that building.
yes, 185.
So where did it go from there? They demolished that building in about 1968. right?
Yes, before he was
70?
born. Before he was born. We went, I think we went over across the street over here.
On Orange Street.
On Orange Street,
Necklaces.
necklaces.
That's right.
Yeah, we were there for quite a few years.
You had a table in the back, right?
No, we came to a place here, right in this, it was a separate building.
It was
We've
a,
been probably sitting here.
It was
And
another-
it was a Greek restaurant. Yeah.
here.
We
Then we
came
went
here
over
and then
there.
we went over there.
Some of the people that I don't know that mentioned, John Esposito, Billy Tiernan,
Right,
Harold Dunnigan.
right.
I remember when I first started coming in 1983, the table was 12 to 15 people deep. And
We're talking about the 50s into the 60s when it was. These guys weren't born yet, that
I'll speak for myself. When I came in '83, came downtown, I started going.
You're right.
That's what I remember.
We have all those other people too. They joined us.
And the beauty of it was that there were different viewpoints of everything.
Still are.
Politics, sports. One of the fun things we did, we always used to have a pool for the Super Bowl. And everybody would buy it.
We never
Oh, I'm
gambled.
sorry,
We
you
never
mentioned
gambled.
Charlie Donato.
We
Charlie
never
Donato,
gambled.
who's down in Florida at the moment, he was also a regular. So,
Jerry Cooper.
of course, Jerry Cooper, how could I forget?
Joe Clark.
Joe Clark would stop by as a judge, Juan Fracas as a judge would come by. He felt it was inappropriate to lunch with the lawyers, but he would always stop and talk to us.
Oh, Cory.
So did Joe Clark, after he went on the bench, did he continue to have lunch with you?
He did.
He did. So that raises the question. So you guys are all having lunch together. The judge, at least one judge is at this table.
They were lawyers when they sat here and they became judges.
Right. Did you continue to appear in front of those judges that sat there?
You shouldn't take advantage of that?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What are you?
I knew you would be savvy enough to
Don't ask a silly
question.
question. We took advantage of everything.
I should point out, Judge Clark has passed away.
Nobody took it.
When I go in front of,
And we had Mike Camp was also.
Michael Camp, yes,
He was part of our group.
Michael Camp, who is now the judge.
he is. He's in Bridgeport. Was Leander Gray ever a participant?
no,
No,
not at the
he
table.
would show up occasionally, but he's not.
So,
Thank you.
Sharon?
Yeah, I forgot you.
so I understand from Steve how it is that you all came to come together after the calls in the courthouse, which were conducted on a regular basis.
Right, at
unlike
10 o'clock.
Today.
We answered the call, and probably about 10:30, we stumbled over the place over on Church. That's started.
Almo Kent was a big member.
He was a lunchman, but not 10:30.
Yeah, we had three settings, breakfast, mid-morning, and lunch. Different groups showed up, some did, some didn't.
Jackson King has not been mentioned yet.
Yeah.
He's not with us any longer, but he was a religious regular. You could, not only did he come every day, he would order the same thing every day. Chicken noodle soup, that was it. And
When my daughter passed the bar, I took, a couple days later, we were practicing together, I took her to the table, and I don't know if it was in this building or we were somewhere else at the time, but I took her to the table. She had lunch with us, and then when we went outside, she said, "Dad, don't you ever do that to me again." And you know I'm not.
So has there ever been a female lawyer who's come to the table?
Not with a card holder, not a card holder.
Is that because you exclude them, or they choose not to come to
If
the
you
table?
were a woman, would you sit with
We
this
did not
lunch?
exclude, but they chose not to join.
Why would that
That's
be?
a fair
Joe?
thing.
Why do you think that a woman would not want to be a part of it?
First of all, there were very few of them.
There were not many. Yeah, not many.
What came with the elected lawyers, they were paid.
oh, the collection lawyers, yeah, oh yeah. The collection lawyers.
Elaine Hesed Gold,
Elaine Gold, yeah, that was one. Who was the other one? There was another one.
her sister, I can't.
Oh yeah, the sister was worse.
Don't say that. I got along with her very nice.
What was the sister's name?
Bob Montley.
Rosalind Motley, that's right. One of the first lawyers I ever saw in court, and I said, boy, I'll tell you, I don't want to cross swords with her.
Now,
Jamie Alosi comes here.
Jamie Alosi does come. Ricky Silverstein, but he's not involved in one of his major criminal trials.
so Elaine Gold,
Right?
Elaine Gold,
Annette Gold.
excuse me. Annette Gold was probably the only female attorney that I know of who smokes cigars on a regular basis. Is that
I wasn't familiar with that.
And she also chewed the heads off of young lawyers. But once she could trust you, then you got anything you want.
Of course, if you live with Marvin Gold, the atmosphere is good.
I like, oh,
All right, what other questions you got?
I want to hear the funny stories.
What?
The
I want
funny
to hear the funny
stories.
stories.
Some more funny stories?
Yeah.
That's the only thing worthwhile that came out of this table.
Well, Joe goes back to Samoa one time with his wife to visit his World War II exploits. This young lady pops out of the store, sees Joe and says, "I'm the daughter of a Marine." And Joe sheepishly looks at Martha and says, "Not me."
That's a true story.
Well, they're all, hey.
And it wasn't me.
All right, come on.
So, other memorable moments that we've had here, or at Necklace, or at Libby's over the years, that you can think of.
So these guys aren't funny at all, they know humor.
Just for the record, just wait a minute.
Jesus, God,
Interview him.
Let's introduce
He's a
the
newcomer.
Honorable
He's
Jack.
a newcomer. He's not a charter
I've
member.
come here for 40 years.
His father came here for 80 years.
Right. Not the brightest bulb in our family by a large point. I pass, I'm taking the bars, and my dad drags me over here. And, you know, the camaraderie here is wonderful. The first day here, My father says to me, introduces me to Joe over here, and he says, Joe, tell him what my father, my grandfather said when he came in to register as a Republican.
First Polish Republican lawyer that he ever met.
He didn't say Polish.
Polak. Polak Republican.
Right? So, and when I was in one of my political stores, Joe is now a Democrat. He doesn't look like a Democrat, and he doesn't think like a Democrat, but he's a Democrat.
Only because of you. To save your...
Yeah. And we're not gonna go a full Republican debate with Trump and Rubio and go into private parts.
Joe was a Democrat when he was poor.
He was
When he
never.
lived on Quinnipiac Avenue, he was a
He got
Democrat.
a job in 1952, he's been a Republican ever
I
since.
was on the oyster boat.
I was the financial clerk in the city court, as a matter of fact.
That's what I
They
said.
paid $50 a week. That's what they were paying lawyers, as a matter of fact. All I had to do was go over there twice a week and sign checks for $50 a week. I take that job now.
You need the money.
That's right.
So I understand well, how you guys, as old and retired lawyers, can continue to get together on a regular basis because you're kicking back, you're relaxed more. But back when you were practicing on a regular basis, after the court stopped having regular calls, how is you can make time to get together on a regular basis?
Beats work.
No, you become close. It becomes a habit. It becomes something repetitive. And you just don't break it off. You're still in the vicinity, so why not?
A number of them eliminated 11:30.
Well, some of them moved to the suburbs. Some moved to, lawyers started to move. They weren't
The
all out
lunch
there.
group continued on. Good lunch group.
I'm a newcomer.
Hold your place. Hold your place.
Jack, since you're the funny guy here, why don't you tell some more funny stories?
My father decides that, because I don't have much of a future in the legal business, he's gonna have me deliver mail to save him 12 cents on the stamp. Because, I wasn't doing much, I hadn't passed the bar. So he sends me over to Jacobs